Hey guys, welcome back to Live Fire Coaching. I am Coach Joe, and today we're going to go over the Identity Reset Map exercise, the walkthrough video. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share the screen with you. If you haven't yet, go over and download the walkthrough exercise and then come back. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to explain the instructions here real quick. All right, with that, let's share my screen, get the exercise up. Okay. And why is this freezing on me? I don't know what happened here. Okay, let's close that out. All right, the instructions, how to use this worksheet. Choose one repeating pattern. Now, that has to be something that you're unhappy about, something you're out of alignment with, something you disagree with. Maybe that habit is you feel like you don't clean up enough, or maybe you don't sell enough cars at work or whatever it may be. And that probably would come from like a lack of confidence or a lack of knowledge. So just pick whatever that repeating pattern would be, whatever that means to you. Okay. Now fill the loop honestly when we get to that part. There's no shame, there's no guilt. It's just the absolute 100% organic truth. And that's it, just truth. Be completely honest. Okay. Three, you're going to circle your moment of choice. That moment of choice is when you're going to break the loop. Okay. And choose one micro-proof action daily. That's step 5. So we'll talk a little bit about that later on. Now, today's focus is awareness, clarity, and proof. Okay. So let's dive right into the exercise. Now, we're going to start off by going over the loop one more time. It starts with identity, it goes to meaning, and then to language, and then to state, then to actions, and then to your results. From the results, you get your evidence, and then you're back to the identity. And you either like that identity or you don't. If you don't like it, that's what we're here to do, to create a new identity that you actually enjoy. So now we get to the part of choosing your repeated pattern. So it could be anything from overeating to drinking, to procrastinating, to having anger issues, conflict issues, self-doubt, or whatever you want to put. Okay. It is specific to you and only to you. Okay. So right here, you're going to put your old identity. And now that old identity is what you currently believe about yourself that you want to change. So I am a procrastinator, or I am a overeater, or I'm a drinker. Now, before I move on, I want to be very clear that this is professional coaching. This is not in any way medical advice or anything like that. If you need treatment, please go out and seek professional help for that from somebody that is medically licensed. I am not, and I will not be providing any kind of medical advice, okay? That's just a quick disclaimer I want to throw in there. Okay, so the old identity is whatever you decide you don't like about yourself, you put it here, okay? Now, step 2 is the meaning. When this happens, it means that I am this or I am that, whatever you want to put here, or I feel this way or that way, okay? Now, the language is I say to myself, what? Do you say like I'm a piece of garbage or I'm lazy or blah, blah, blah? And now state, I kind of dove into on number 2 a little bit about, okay, well, I feel this way. I don't like myself, or I'm not good enough, or whatever it may be. I feel depressed. I feel pressured. I feel anxious. You fill in the blank there. Actions. When I feel this way, then I do what? How do you act? How do you respond to that feeling? How are you responding to what you're saying to yourself? Okay. How are you responding to what you're making it mean? Okay. So then that action leads to the result. Well, actually, all those 1 through 5 lead to the result. And the result is what? Again, you filled in the blank. Number 7 is your evidence. This proves that I am whatever you decided to put there as your number 1 identity. Now, page 3 is the moment of choice. Where can I interrupt the loop? Where can you interrupt the loop? In the meaning, in the language, in the state, in the action? There's no wrong answer here, guys. As long as you interrupt the pattern at one of these points, then you're doing the exercise correctly, okay? I mean, the earlier, the better. but it doesn't have to be like, oh, well, I didn't get it the very first time, so I'm not good enough. No, keep doing it. And the more you do it, the more you're going to catch yourself. Okay. What is the earliest sign the loop is starting? You could have a tight chest, racing thoughts, some sort of urgency. You could have a defensive tone. Um, it could be several different things. Whatever is specific to you is what you want to write down there. You don't have to sign anything unless you just want to make a promise to yourself. If that helps you, you can. So, might interrupt move. Come up with a move that you can do when you want to interrupt the loop. Maybe you just touch your nose to remind yourself, hey, I don't want to do this right now. I need to be better, if that's how you want to word it. Or I'm just trying to not do what is going on right now. So it could be anything from the breath work, 4-4-6. You could stand up, you could go to a different room, drink some water. If you have an accountability partner or a coach, you would text reset. If I were your coach, you would text reset to me. If you have your accountability partner, then you text reset to them. Or you could even just do both or one or the other. It's completely up to you. You could repeat your identity phrase. Okay. Now, page 4 is new identity plus proof. And this is where it gets really interesting because this is where you're deciding who you want to be from today forward. So your new identity is I'm becoming what? I'm becoming a better salesman. I'm becoming a better person. I'm becoming a calm person. I'm becoming, whatever you want to put there. But again, be very, very specific. Your mind needs specific directions. Specificity is key in doing any of this work. You don't want to leave it up for your mind and up for your mind to, interpret. So don't leave your mind open to interpretation. Have a very strong, clear path of I am becoming whatever you decide. Okay. And the more specific you can, excuse me, the more specific you can be, the better it is. Okay. New meaning. When it gets hard, it means, well, it could mean that I'm learning, right? But what are you learning? Again, be specific. I'm learning to be a better car salesman. I'm learning better product knowledge. I'm learning how to remain calm in situations that upset me. So make it very, very specific and very, very clear. Now, new language, I do blank. Okay. So what do you do to reinforce this new identity? Okay. Well, that can be a new proof action. Okay. And it doesn't have to mean anything small. Today, well, maybe if you can only do 5 push-ups, you do 6. That's how easy it can be, guys. Maybe if you run on the treadmill for 20 minutes, you can go to 21 or 22. Anything like that. Even if it's 20 minutes and 15 seconds or 30 seconds. It's a micro action that helps you reinforce that you can go a little bit further. Okay. What evidence will I collect? Well, you'll prove it by doing it, right? Do that micro action. And then for the next 5 to 7 days, use the proof tracker. Identity on becoming is whatever you decide. And for every day, you write down your proof, days 1 through 7. Now, at the end, you're going to do your weekly reflection, which is going to be 3 sentences. What I learned, what triggered me most, and my next upgrade. Okay. So again, I can't stress this enough. Be very, very specific with what you write in all of these. Okay. It's key to do that. Now, the next video is going to be the language audit, and that's a very powerful video. That'll be out on Monday of next week, which will be January 12th. And I look forward to seeing you guys there. If you haven't watched the first video in this series, please go ahead and watch that now, or when you have time. It's a very powerful video. It's only about 15 minutes long, but there's a lot of very good information in there, and it'll help you understand this exercise a lot better. Okay. Again, the next video is going to be the language audit coming out January 12th, and I'll see you guys there. Until then, you have a wonderful week. Hmm.